Alright, students, we're going to take this Unit 3 review, get it done. So, graphing points, we've got 0, -2, 0 for x, -2 for y. Quadrant, we're going to call that the y-axis. For b, I've got +3, +1, +3 for the x, 1 for the y. That's going to be in quadrant 1. Remember, your quadrants start over here and then go counterclockwise around your coordinate plane. Our next one, C, I've got, let's just label those. I've got A, I've got B. Here comes C, -1, +6. Right there, there's C. It's going to be quadrant 2. D is 7, 0. We're going to call that the x-axis. -3, -8 for E. Here's -3. Here's -8. There's our E, and it's firmly placed in quadrant 3. And then +9, -2 right here will be our F, and it's going to be in quadrant 4. Completing the table, domain and range, or given the domain. Remember that the domain is our x value, so we're going to slide those in. It's only got 3 places, so I'm going to drop off this 4. -1, 0, 3. They want 2x -6, so I have 2 times -1 minus 6, that'll give us -8. I have 2 times 0 minus 6, that'll give us -6. And I have 2 times 3 minus 6, that'll give us 0. So all I've done is taken these x values, dropped them into my equation, and then solved for y. I get these points, -1 for x, -8 for y, 0 for x, -6 for y, and then 3 for x, 0 for y. So I just plot them up. -1, -8, 0, -6, and then 3, 0. You'll notice those make a nice, handy little line. Identify the range. Make sure you use your fancy set notation brackets because we have a set of numbers for our domain. We will have a set of numbers for our range. And then for the function, last one on this page, find the value of x so that g of x is equal to 20. So g of x is equal to 20. I'm looking for x, so I'm going to put 20 in for g of x. 20 is equal to 1/2 x minus 4. Add the 4 to both sides, and I'll get 24 is half of x. Multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of that half of x, and I'll get 48 is equal to all of x. We'll go on to that next page. Oh, page is sticking together a little bit. There we go. Alright, what is the value of this function when x is equal to all these numbers? We've got different x values. All I'm going to do is slide them in. So I'm using the g equation. When x is equal to -3, I've got 5 times -3 plus 4. So I've got -15 plus 4. If I use -3, I'm going to get -11. The next one, I'm going to use the g equation. I'm going to use +3. So I have 5 times 3, which is 15, plus 4. 15 plus 4, 19. So I use the g equation. I put in a 3 for x. I'm going to get a 19 back. My last one, I'm going to use g equation. I'm going to put in a 7. I have 5 times 7 plus 4, so 35 plus 4. So g equation, using a 7, going to get a 39. All right. Graph the parent function and a function shifted 2 units down. Here's my parent function. Parent is y equal x. That's going to be right here. Just pick some points where y and x are the same, like 1, 1, -3, -3, wherever you want to pick them. And then draw that line. We want to be 2 units down, so I'm going to go to my points and I'm going to grab 2 units down. I'm just going to dot it. It's my new equation for 2 units down. Write the equation of the new function. So I started with y equal x. Then I shifted everything down 2 units. I subtracted 2 from all my points. So that's going to be my new equation. Rewrite the function below in y equals x. I want y by itself. This first one, I'm just going to pull x from both sides. And I'm going to get y is equal to negative 2x plus 9. Algebraically, y equal 9 minus 2x is correct, but it's much better to have that x by the equal sign so that when we get in heavier into graphing, it's a little bit easier for you to pull the information that we want. The next one, we want y by itself, so I'm going to divide everything by 3. I'm going to get y is equal to 12 divided by 3 is 4x, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. My last one, y is negative. Don't want a negative y, I want that positive y, so I'm going to divide the negative off. That's going to give me y is equal to 7x minus 6 for that one. All right. Sliding it over, probably the last page before we cut the video. Solving for w. Now notice w is multiplied by two values. W is multiplied by a and w is multiplied by r. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide those two values off, dividing by ar. So w is going to be equal to z divided by ar. And that's it. Solving for p. This one's going to take 2 steps. Again, just like a number, I'm dividing by m. I want to get rid of that m on the bottom. So the opposite of divide is to multiply. I'm going to multiply both sides by m to get it away. I have g times m is equal to k times p, because those m's canceled. Got to get that k out of there, so I'm going to divide it off. Gm over k equal to p. Ready to go. Next one. Solving for h. Same thing, divide by 3, multiply by b. Want to get them away from my h. My first step is to multiply by 3. I have 3a is equal to bh. Again, the 3 over here simply cancels out that 1/3. Last thing I'm going to do, pull off my b. I'm going to get h is equal to 3a over b. All right. Last problem on this video. They want us to solve for y, complete the table, and then graph. So my first step, I want y by itself. I'm going to move this 3 because it's the easiest thing to move. And that'll give me y is equal to 6x minus 3. Divide the 3 off the y. You'll get a 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. And then I just fill it in. So I've got my x, I've got my y. I'm going to use negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, minus 1 is negative 5. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 1, minus 3, or minus 1 is negative 3. 2 times 0 is 0, minus 1 is negative 1. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. So we're going to drop our y equals 2x minus 1 over here in the handy little slot, and then I'm just going to graph all of my points on the grid. You can create a line if you want to. I'm not going to because this looks pretty nice. I don't want to mess it up by making a goofy line. We'll cut the video here.